Apparently we're doing questions and answers for my miscarriages book.
I'll be asking the questions, her daughter. The first question is, what was it like when you started writing the first book?
Actually, the first book is pretty much this book. Just there's a chapter missing out of the first book. It wasn't easy to write. I knew I wanted to because there were so many people out there that needed the help, but I ended up crying while I was writing the book because I realized how the Lord helped me and Dad, husband, to get through the miscarriages.
Okay. And how did you remember everything from it as you were writing the book? Or just little bits?
Of my miscarriages?
Yeah.
I probably remembered everything. At least everything that I needed to write down in the book.
What made you think you should write a book?
Oh, for years I wanted to write a book about miscarriages, but Daddy didn't want to with me. And I didn't think I could by myself. I didn't think I was good enough to be able to write a book. So I finally just decided to do it because the Lord put it on my heart to do it, and I had more thoughts going through my brain than I could handle, and I just went for it.
And how long did it take to write the book?
A year.
So about the normal time a book takes.
I don't know. I guess it depends on the book and the author.
Were you scared you wouldn't get many sales or whatever
Sales?
it is? Yeah, that word.
I don't know if I was scared. I was hopeful.
When did you decide to write more books?
Well, that's your dad's fault. He asked me to write Brooklyn Raised, Living Upstate, so I did.
Which is your favorite book out of all of them?
I don't think I have a favorite.
So you like them all?
Well, I mean, this one, my miscarriages book, gets me more sales, and it's helped way more women, around the world. My Brooklyn book hasn't helped anybody yet. Buy the Brooklyn book too.
Do you ever wish someone who read your book could meet you in real life?
They have.
I mean, just randomly on the streets. Say, hey, I know you. You're my favorite author.
That would be so cool.
So you wish that would happen?
Sure, why not? Who doesn't?
What's your last book that you wrote? The blog one?
Well, no, actually, because my blog book is just a whole bunch of my blogs put together in one book, and really the only reason why I did that was so I could have another book out there. No one's actually bought that book yet, and I never expected them to, but it's there. So hey, if you want to, ask me about it.
What was it like when you got your first sale?
Oh man, that was amazing. Every sale is amazing, but that first one was like, woohoo! I think Daddy might have actually taken me out to dinner.
I thought you were going to say he might have actually bought it.
No, it was not him. I don't know who bought the first book sale.
What would you like to say to everyone who's read your books?
Thank you. Thank you so much for every single one of my readers who have read my book. I know the miscarriages book is the most important one, and I thank you to everybody who has read it, and I hope that it helped them. And to the people that have read my Brooklyn Upstate book, hope you learned something. If not, sorry.
Is there anything you might have missed in one of your books that you remembered after you published it?
Yeah.
A lot?
Not my miscarriages book, but the Brooklyn book, yeah. There are things that I remember like, oh, shoot, why didn't I put that in the book? Oh, well.
Do you ever plan on making another book? Are you in the middle of it?
Yeah.
You are?
Yeah.
What is it?
I ain't telling. I never tell.
You're smart.
I know.
Is it hard to not tell?
No.
Really?
I like keeping secrets, unlike somebody I know.
Hey.
Big pause, people. Big pause.
Keep talking about your books while I think of a question.
No, the question is, am I just going to put this on YouTube, depending on how long it is, or I might just put this straight to Facebook? It's 4 minutes long?
Mm-hmm.
That's not too bad. Could do both.
Did you involve moving in one of your books? Like here?
Well, yeah, it's in my Brooklyn book, the Brooklyn Upstate book, but not this house particularly, just moving to Upstate because I obviously married Dad.
I honestly haven't read your book, so I'm very sorry.
No, that's okay.
But
I don't expect you to. But you actually would like it.
But in your moving to upstate, did you explain what it felt like?
Mhm.
Okay, so
I
never
believe I
mind.
did. If I remember correctly, I did.
Well, in case you didn't, do you want to explain?
Well, the reason why I ask you is because I actually wrote a chapter about moving because when I lived in Brooklyn, we moved a couple of different times. It wasn't our fault. Well, actually, I might have been the reason for the first move because the place that we were living in became too small, so we needed a bigger place. You're very welcome. But there was one place that we lived in. In all honesty, it felt so demonic. It did, yes, it felt like there were demons living in that place.
Oh my.
Yes, because there was one night, well, actually, it was a morning when the landlord's son asked my parents if I could go to bed earlier because he could hear me walking all around in the bedroom, which my bedroom was above his bedroom, and I told my parents I was asleep at that time of the night and it was not me. And then there was another time when the door jamb got locked and nobody had a key in it.
That's terrifying.
Yeah, it was a really scary place to live.
When did you guys move?
Didn't take us that long. We're like, yeah, we're not doing this.
What's your least favorite book that you've written?
I don't have a least favorite.
Okay.
I mean,
that's
all
good.
my books are memoirs, so they're all about me.
Is there anything you wish you hadn't put in one of your books?
Nope. I'm good with everything that I put in my books.
Do you ever plan on making a book about our trips?
Not saying.
You're really good at that.
I
It's
know.
annoying.
Hey, I have blogs about our trips. We have mosquitoes and flies around here too.
What was like some of the first emotions that you felt when you moved to upstate? Like scared?
I'm gonna go with scared to begin with. I remember when Dad and I came back from our honeymoon, Uncle John picked us up in a minivan. We loaded a bunch of stuff up that was mine, and I hugged Nana and Papa, and I got in the car, and I can remember crying. And I didn't think that was gonna happen. Not that I didn't want to be with Dad, but
I'm sorry the camera's moving so much. There are bugs everywhere.
try to keep still.
I'm trying. I forgot the question.
Come up with a different one.
What was it like moving into your first house with Dad?
That was actually a small apartment in Colbiskill. It was okay. It was just a one bedroom, but that's all we needed. No, I got it. Living room, kitchen, bathroom. I do remember that we had electric heat, so we actually kept the heat off for as long as we possibly could until I couldn't take it anymore while he was at work, and I just turned it on because we didn't want to pay the bill. Honestly, we didn't want to pay the bill. That would have been good to have put in the book. You guys can't see this, but she's going like this like crazy because there's mosquitoes and flies and all that, so that's why the video is probably doing this.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
It's kind of funny to watch, actually.
Hey. Do you miss New York City any more than you did when you left?
No,
Any less?
less and less. I
So,
don't like New York that much anymore. No, I mean, it was nice to grow up in Brooklyn, but I'm very content where I am. This is where I'm supposed to be, in the country.
did you get really homesick the first times you were in upstate?
No, I didn't get homesick. I missed my parents, but my birthday was the following month. Well, we got married in July. My birthday was in August, and my parents came up for that weekend.
What was it like when you found out you were gonna have your first baby?
Well, the first technical one,
The
I
first-
lost, but the first one, I was so super excited. Well, not even funny. I mean, I was just jumping up and down for joy. So was Dad.
What was it like when you had your second baby?
Cool.
And your third?
Oh my goodness. Yeah, it's very cool. Actually, I always consider you my miracle child. You should see the small she's giving people.
What? What did you kind of expect that that the baby Caitlin wouldn't live at first? Like
Huh?
when you first got pregnant with Caitlin, did you expect she wouldn't make it?
No? Why?
Because of the first miscarriage?
Oh no, because the first miscarriage, I had no clue that I had it until I was pregnant with your sister.
Oh.
So it was just like, it's in the book.
Well, were you kind of thinking maybe this one will die when you got pregnant with Peter?
Not really, because there was a miscarriage between your sister and your brother, and then there was surgery. You really need to read the book. I'm giving
Okay.
out all the information
I'll
from
try
my book
to ask
here.
a different question. What was your first winter in upstate like?
Cold? I
Like-
don't remember. That was 24 years ago.
Okay, did you keep any like traditions from New York City that you did in Christmas? Did you bring them up to upstate?
I mean, like opening up presents and putting up a tree?
No, I mean like making Christmas cookies every year or something.
Oh, no, that started with Dad's family.
Oh.
My mom didn't bake. It's in the book. It's in the Brooklyn book. My mom, I'm sorry, I love the woman so much, but she can never bake.
Now, I kind of already know the story, but have you told anyone how you met Dad?
Lots of people know that story.
Okay. Then, how did he ask you on your first date? Did you ever go on a date?
But yeah, I got on the Trailway bus in some station in Manhattan, came up to Albany, got off the bus. He handed me a red rose. He took me to the Albany State Museum of all places. And then I believe we went back to his family's house. That's where I met everybody. And I do mean everybody. Aunt Sandy, yeah, she had to be there on my very first day there because she had to see what the girlfriend was like. Thanks, Sandy.
Well, can you blame her? It's her brother's first
Yeah, I could
girlfriend.
blame her. Yeah, I was nerve-wracked. They all thought I didn't eat. I was so nervous I couldn't eat anything.
Oh.
So, but other than that, it was a pretty cool first date. Okay, now I'm getting big. How long are we at?
11 minutes.
11 minutes?
One
Okay,
more
you'll
question?
one more question because people are gonna be like, and if they want more questions, we'll do another video.
What was the first landmark you visited in upstate, and what was it like?
Landmark?
Yeah.
I don't remember.
Okay.
I mean, if we're talking like when I first met your dad, we're talking 24 years ago. I don't know.
That was a perfect picture.
One more,
I'm thinking.
because we need to make it a good question and answer.
You talk about something well, I think.
Nope, you have to hurry up because we're almost at 15 minutes and people are gonna be bored.
What was it like when you put your first Christmas tree up with Dad and decorated it?
I think that's in the Brooklyn Upstate book as well, but I will tell you. So Aunt Sandy invited us to go to their land up in Summit where they lived and to cut down a tree, which I thought was great. Going to the forest, cut down your own tree. Dad tried to warn me about these trees. It wasn't an actual Christmas tree like you could go to a Christmas tree farm and cut down your own tree. It was like these, only it had leaves on it. And I was so proud of myself. We cut that tree down, we brought it home, we decorated it, and I saw a picture after Christmas or during Christmas, and I said, "Why'd you let us get that tree?" And your dad said, "I tried to tell you it wasn't an actual Christmas tree, but you were so excited I didn't want to ruin it." I've learned since then.
You've learned a lot of stuff since then, haven't you?
Yes, and a lot of it should be in my Brooklyn Upstate book, which, by the way, is actually titled Brooklyn Raised Living Upstate, in case anybody's wondering, because I keep saying Brooklyn Upstate. It's just my abbreviation. Are we done?
Yes.
Thank you, everybody, for, well, hopefully watching these questions and answers with my daughter and me. If you would like to see more, just let me know.